Wow, those are some fancy looking motor mounts there, John. Wow.
Intro.
Intro. I'm ready for this unboxing.
Ooh. So it's the hardware. Show me. Oh, this might be the first mount. It's the passenger motor mount.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got the 70 something, so it's like the one above the street.
This is like Christmas. Ooh, all right, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to get some close-ups of this. Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, that one's big. Where's that one go?
It's the driver's side. Oh no, it's the passenger. Wait, no.
So basically, with these motor mounts, the most difficult one to take off is the rear mount, which is next to the header. So we're gonna try to not remove the header. If we can do it without removing the header, that'll be great. I did my motor mount inserts without removing the header, but I also have a different header. This one is the Skunk 2, so we'll see how it goes. So that's what John is doing right now. So you're taking off the rear mount. We're gonna try to do it without removing the header. Yeah, keep going.
Oh crap.
There you go.
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
So satisfying, huh? Bug it. No, it wasn't as tight.
Alright guys, so there's these 3 bolts that hold it to the subframe. The other 3 bolts that are bolted onto the motor, on the bracket for the motor, you can take off these 2, and then you have to go up top and take the 3rd one off. Now, the whole entire bracket and mount together might not be big enough to come out with the header, so we might have to take that bolt out once everything is loose, because you actually can't unbolt the mount from the bracket with the header in, because that bolt is too long and it will hit the header. So we're going to try to just remove the entire assembly and then separate it once it has some leeway. John's got a bad O2 sensor, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one out. He's already got the replacement part, so like I said, I'm just going to take it out. Alright guys, so we got the bracket here. I don't know if you can see anything, it's dark. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little wiggle with this wrench.
Is it even gonna be able to slide up from there?
Alright guys, so looks like we're gonna have to take off the header. Already unbolted it from the head. We're not taking it all the way out though, we're just gonna move it over so that we can remove the motor mount. Yeah guys, so we ended up dropping the header. So you can see there, partially out. Got the mount out because you have to move so that the bolt that goes through here, you have to move the header out of the way, otherwise it won't fully come out. So this one actually is out, and I don't even want to touch this thing because it's so pretty looking. In with the new. Here you go, sir.
Phone call. Thank you.
Well, that was way easier than taking out the other one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, my hands go. Oh, Roy, my hands. Roy, my hands. I'm the ice. Roy, my hands. I can't feel it.
Do that again.
Ready?
Yeah.
That's how you get things. Ooh. Ooh. Roy. Roy. My hands hurt, cuh. Oh, shit.
Alright guys, so we got the bottom one in. Unfortunately, we did have to remove the header and do all that crazy stuff. But this one, well, This one should be easier, as well as the other side. They should both be a lot easier. So we're gonna stick this big old impact wrench in there and try to remove it. See if we'll have to remove the battery terminal. Right, John?
Right. Ready?
Make sure it's on loosen.
Yeah, it is.
Alright.
Ready? It's not gonna move.
Okay, I guess we don't have to jack up the engine according to John.
Shit. At least that's what Brian Hall didn't do.
Alright, you want me to
Brian
go?
Hall? That's what Brian Hall didn't jack up the car, so.
Okay.
Should we jack up the car? Brian Hall didn't. Brian Hall didn't jack up the car.
Alright guys, so we do have to take off the battery.
Ready?
Ready.
Easy. Fuck it.
There you go.
Hopefully it didn't break. We're right here. We're right here. Right here. We're right here.
Oh no, oh.
Oh.
Alright guys, battery's out. So that these two bolts are more accessible. That one and that one. So John just took those and loosened them, so yeah.
Last one. Bang bang.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Torn shit in front of me. What this side? Oh. You see, that's why my engine.
Right.
That's why my car was vibrating at certain speeds.
Let me see.
See that?
Damn, that's pretty bad. Alright. So let me go grab the new one.
Don't need this shitty thing no more.
Let me see. So out with the old and in with the new. Which way does this go?
I don't know. Like that?
Like that? Yeah, in with the new. Alright guys, so I just noticed on the OEM one, the black part has the motor mount on it. On this one, this is just what's going to go here, right there, and then the silver part will slide past it.
So cool.
Alright, so that bracket is in there, nice and tight. Time for the motor mount. So you gotta line it up first.
Hopefully this. Hopefully this.
Oh, did we? No, you're lying. Alright guys, so we totally didn't screw that up at all. Nope, wasn't us. It's a good looking mount. Got the Hasport right on there. Once again, these are 70As. I'm so curious to see how the 70As are gonna feel in the car. As soon as we get this last one done, the first thing we're gonna do is definitely see how they're gonna feel. In order to get this one though, we do have to move the ABS. Also, I forgot to mention, you have to move the power steering reservoir, but that's pretty self-explanatory. It just pulls right out. Alright guys, so got this one in. There's a little extension there, hopefully it focuses, for the ground that's on there. I don't know what that ground's for, but you also have to move this. There's 3 bolts, I believe. And the way that we got off this one was the hardest one. Basically what you have to do is you have to bend this power steering line a little bit out of the way so that you can fit a long socket directly over it. So, yeah, if you're wondering, that's how we did that. But yeah, now we all have, I can't talk. Now all we have left to do is put the battery holder thing back in, put the battery back in, and then start the car. Hopefully it won't be unbearably uncomfortable.
On the seat?
This is the moment of truth. We're in the car. It's gonna start it. How's it gonna feel? Not too bad.
It's almost the same.
It's literally the same.
It's like a tad bit more, like, I can notice it's like a little bit more, like vibrating, if that's a word. Yeah, I can feel it.
Little difference over the inserts. Let's go for a drive.
Oh, you can hear it too.
No, I feel a difference.
I know, I can feel it now.
It's a lot of difference.
Okay, baby. Oh, you can feel it in the pedals.
It's a lot of difference. Is it doing the thing?
What thing?
The vibrating thing?
I didn't test that. Nah, it went away.
Wow.
Nice.
It feels about the same as the inserts at idle, but I feel like when you are actually driving the car, you notice it a lot more. I feel like just all the little vibrations that you wouldn't feel with like normal mounts, that you definitely feel it. Also, John's car had a problem. There was a vibration, so that's gone away.
Due to a ripped motor mount. Oh shit.
I'm gonna just see if it makes a difference with any wheel hop or something, or would it be acceleration? I don't know.
You didn't bank second.
No, I just went easy. How'd that feel? It felt,
I felt the torque steer.
dude, it went all over the place. I should have held it better. Your car definitely feels faster than mine.
Yeah. Like a lot faster or just
Like it's just got a little bit more, like what I wish mine had. All right, John, what do you think? What's your review? Would you recommend the 70A mounts?
I think, alright, initial impressions, I think the 70A, I don't know what that was. I think the 70A would be perfect for daily driving if you don't really care about the vibrations, but even the motor mount, or not the motor mounts, the inserts weren't even, it was almost as bad as this, but you know, it was, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here, Roy. Help me out here.
All right, so what I would say is that the motor mounts, the 70A motor mounts are like, they're definitely streetable, but you definitely feel a difference. Like, I don't know, if you're looking for like comfort, maybe don't go with these.
Oh, people were also recommending to do the 62A for the driver and passenger, and then the 70 in the rear for wheel hop because it's more comfortable.
Yeah,
You could also do that, but I didn't want to do that. I said might as well just do everything.
that does make sense.
Feel me? Soul rip.
Sean's dad's taking it for a rip. You think he's gonna rip on it? You think he's gonna launch it?
He's gonna try to do it right here.
All right, so I think it's worth it. 300 bucks, I don't know. So yeah, 300 bucks, I would say it's pretty worth it. What do you think, John? You happy with your purchase?
I mean, we didn't really get to test it out. We just did kind of like a
Yeah.
little joyride.
John's dad's a G. But he set off 2, bro. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. As always, I will catch you guys next time. Peace out.